A thunderous scorn echoed across the battlefield. Crazy ravings! A heaven-tier elite bellowed, his aura flaring like a tempest. The decrees of the old ancestors have endured tens of thousands of years. They are the eternal truth. Ling Han's laughter rang out, clear and unyielding. Foolish words. Those ancient rules were drawn by elites to bind the weak. I am strong, and my will is the law that spans all eras. The heaven-tier elite's eyes blazed with fury. Then this old man shall teach you the meaning of power with a beating. His steps struck the ground like thunderclaps, and the spirit chi around him ignited into a furnace of unrelenting heat. Ling Han's smile remained serene. Very well. Then I shall take you as the chicken and slay you for the monkeys to watch. Impudence! The heaven-tier, Jiazhang by name, felt his blood ignite at the insult. A supreme being of the East region, now likened to a mere chicken, rage surged like wildfire. He snorted and conjured a long azure whip, which stiffened into the form of a gleaming spear, veins of light running along its length. The gathered elites whispered among themselves, the tension thick enough to choke the air. Senior Zhang is furious. He is the pinnacle of the East region. This brat dared to mock him. He is courting death. Ling Han, unshaken, extended a single hand. I'll use only one hand. A ripple of disbelief ran through the observers. Flames flickered above Jia Zhang's head, a rare sign of fury in one of his stature. A mere deity transformation tier junior, choosing to restrain himself? The audacity! The fire in his eyes threatened to consume everything. Jia Zhang charged, whip spear lashing in a deadly arc, its form shifting from spear to whip with fluid elegance. Veins of light traced intricate patterns as its blue aura shimmered, a testament to the elite's mastery. Yet Ling Han's eyes sparkled not with fear, but curiosity. He observed the transformations, studying the technique with the calm of a mountain. My body rivals the strength of ninth-tier rare metal, he thought. Not even the fiercest strange fire could pierce me in moments. The East region's elites erupted in cries. Slay him, Senior Zhang! This brat must die. Only then can we return home safely. Despite his outward aggression, Jia Zhang sensed the truth. Ling Han's relaxed demeanor belied his formidable power. Taunting, he shouted, Junior, how long do you intend to dodge? Behind you lies the Imperial City. Where will you run? Ling Han's smile widened. You wish to see defeat? Very well. A golden radiance surged from his right hand, the earth overturning seal awakening in a single fluid motion. Mystical power radiated like the pulse of the earth itself. Instantly, the momentum shifted. The heaven tier, the so-called pinnacle of the East region, found himself pressed beneath the aura of a mere junior. Shushu Ran and other elites had seemed formidable, but against Ling Han, Jia Zhang's strength faltered. What? Gasped the onlookers, their perceptions of reality collapsing. A deity transformation tier suppressing a heaven tier? Impossible. Another heaven tier stepped forward. Now is not the time for solo heroics. Our mission is to obliterate Great Ling King's court. Brother Tu, Brother Ma, Brother Zhang, strike together. 7 heaven-tier elites encircled Ling Han, a ring of fury and power. Hu Nu surged forward, lightning incarnate. I Nu shall face you. Ling Han's laugh rang like steel. No need, I will handle them all. The Revere Life Sword erupted in his grasp. With the blessing of the nation's power, he unleashed the mysterious 3,000. 3,100 rays of sword light cascading into the sky, each beam a harbinger of death. Shock froze the heaven-tier elites mid-stance. Their defenses shattered under the onslaught, 8 warriors falling in a symphony of devastation. The battlefield fell silent. Disbelief painted every face. Could a single junior truly wield such godlike power? Ling Han sheathed his sword, calm as ever. Who will surrender? And who will persist to the bitter end? Only deity transformation tier remained. The heaven tier were no more. Surrender came swiftly for many, while a few attempted flight, only to be ensnared by Hu Nu, her form a streak of lightning. Unrelenting and merciless, the East region's forces were annihilated, leaving nothing but scattered remnants. Those who remained, faced with the overwhelming might of Ling Han, had no choice but submission. The nation's enemies were crushed, their fates sealed beneath the sword of a god, and thus the Middle States' authority spread, commanding respect and fear as even the mightiest of heaven-tier elites learned the limits of their pride. After securing the eastern territories, Ling Han watched the elite cultivators scurry about like actors in a play, their anxious steps and forced smiles making the recovery of lost cities seem almost farcical. Yet he did not linger on their trivialities. Once the eastern lands were stabilized, the great sex affairs were entrusted to their proper hands, and Ling Han's gaze turned westward, already contemplating the next move, whether to march northward or push further east. Days later, emissaries of the sea race arrived, gliding over the waves with a solemnity only Li Yuan. Shattering void tier cultivators could command. Among them, a scion of the Helian family bore a letter sealed with King Helian's personal insignia. Ling Han and Helian Shun Shui read it together, the words carrying the weight of a ruler's concern. Helian Rong, the current Helian monarch and Shun Shui's father, summoned them not merely to hear of troubling events, but to witness them firsthand and clarify matters that mere words could not convey. The letter also spoke of Ling Jianshui, his grandson, whose presence he longed to see. Helian Shun Shui's eyes met Ling Han's. "So?" she asked. Ling Han's brow furrowed, muttering thoughtfully before he spoke. "We must go. Winning your family's trust is paramount, but caution is needed. This could be a snare." "And what is your plan?" Shun Shui queried. Her tone carried the subtle anxiety of one wishing to maintain familial harmony without inviting disaster. Ling Han considered, then spoke with measured clarity. "If Yi Shuang accompanies us, her vigilance would secure our safety. Yet leaving the imperial city unguarded is perilous. Opportunists abound." Shun Shui nodded, the weight of their empire pressing upon her. Forces from the 5 great ancient sects and the 1,000 Corpse sect kept a watchful eye on the Ling Empire. Though many had been bound by the Purple Moon Emperor's court, sending elite, shattering void-tier disciples was still feasible. Who in the imperial city could match them? Ling Han shook his head, dismissing the notion. Yi Shuang cannot leave. Instead, I will bring the Ice Dragon Ground Blast Formation, capable of rivaling 7-star shattering void-tier cultivators. With Black Tower's protection, even if conflicts arise, we need not fear. Shun Shui's gaze sharpened, tinged with worry. Then it is truly just the two of us? Ling Han's lips curved in a confident smile. My father-in-law wishes to see his grandson. We shall oblige. She sighed, the imperatives of governance tugging at her conscience. Then arrangements must be made, lest the empire descend into chaos in my absence. Ling Han's gaze softened with mirth. You speak as though I have done nothing already. Shun Shui rolled her eyes, a faint smile touching her lips. And what, pray tell, have you done? He allowed himself a playful glimmer in his eyes, teasing. You. The sharp pinch she delivered in return was a reminder that even amidst worldly power and formidable martial prowess, the human heart remained ever unruly. With decisions made, Ling Han prepared to journey northward with Helian Shun Shui, Hu Niu, and their son. Hu Niu, though not yet a shattering void tier, moved with breathtaking swiftness, her presence alone deterring any adversary. No argument could excuse leaving her behind. Her agility was unmatched, a living tempest that none could ensnare. Their path led them through the desolate northern wastes, where Ling Han observed the ancient mineshaft in Fire Country. The black chi seeping from its depths, pulsed with malignant intent, a grim reminder of the buried dead waiting to awaken. Once satisfied, they ventured into the vast sea, charting a course toward the Helian royal family's ancestral domain. By the time a cultivator reached the flower blossom tier, the mortal constraints of flesh had little hold. Breath, sustenance, and sleep became trivial. The body harmonized with spirit chi, a river of life force flowing inexhaustibly. Ling Han and his companions moved through the ocean's embrace with serene purpose. Helian Shun Shui required no breath, her dragon-blooded form thriving equally upon land and beneath the waves, her power surging with each movement in the water. The sea's spirit chi carried the essence of water, complementing the sea race's own affinity and granting them unparalleled advantage. Beneath them, the depths unfolded like a 3-dimensional labyrinth of life. Colossal fish of unimaginable scale, some dwarfing mountains, swam with casual might. Ling Han's mind grasped at the enormity. If such beings matured fully, could they rival even shattering void-tier cultivators? The thought stirred both awe and unease. 3 days passed in silent vigilance beneath the waves. By Helian Shun Shui's estimation, Another 4 days would bring them to the ancestral grounds. Contrary to Ling Han's expectation of an underwater palace, the Helion domain rose upon a vast island. This strategic elevation safeguarded against the immense, untrained creatures lurking in the deep, whose brute strength could obliterate stone and steel alike. Ling Han's curiosity stirred. Then why bring me beneath the sea? Xunshui's lips curved in amusement. To behold the marvels of the sea race, naturally. 7 days more of disciplined travel saw them arrive at Dome Cloud Island, the crown jewel of the Helion dynasty. Yet as their feet touched the sand, a sudden cry cut the air. Stop! Who dares enter Helion territory without leave? From the shoreline, 2 guardians emerged, their torsos human, yet their lower halves grotesquely lobstered. Ling Han's eyes widened at the sight, a testament to the sea race's singular lineage. 7th Princess! They saluted mid-motion, reverence etched in every gesture. Helion Shun's status remained untarnished, her bloodline noble despite her evasions. The Guardian's loyalty was unquestioned. She lifted a hand. I wish to see my father. Yes, Princess, I shall report immediately. One turned and departed, their devotion unwavering, for even in her guise as a fugitive, her command held absolute sway. Ling Han's fingers brushed his chin. The saying held true. The bride who faces the in-laws need not fear. Yet, standing on the precipice of meeting his father-in-law, a rare flicker of unease crossed his mind, mingling with anticipation of the trials and reconciliations to come.